Hello, welcome back to Undertale Genocide, the finale. So I'm gonna apologize ahead of time. I'm getting some errors. My computer is saying that there's probably gonna be some buffering on your guys' end, so there may be some bits where it, kind of pauses and stuff. If that happens, I would recommend either refreshing your browser or potentially going back, a few seconds or a minute, so then it doesn't have to buffer as much, hopefully. The only other option for me would be to lower the resolution, but I want the video to be good, and I'm not going to be re-recording this. So, yeah. So, obviously, in the last video, fought Sans. And now, this is where we get to a point where I actually haven't seen it. Like, I'm essentially blind at this point. Not technically. I have seen, like, the very ending, but at least for the main part, like, the Asgore fight, I don't know exactly how that goes. So, yeah. And I don't know how long this is going to go. It could be 5 minutes. It could be, half an hour. But, is there just no music at this point, or... one sec. Let me just make sure that everything is going good. It would be very unfortunate for this not to be... No, it should be working just fine. Okay. Is there anyone in chat who can tell me if this is going good? Is there any serious latency? Are you having some buffering issues, or is it good? Supposedly there is one person viewing, but obviously I will ask, is there lag? Anyways, I will continue on. What's that say? Throne room. Okay. And there's a nice save point. So, there might not be very much left at all. In which case, then I guess I'll just maybe talk a bit about what my potential next plans are after this. Oh, this is all the souls. It's as comfortable as it looks. Yes. Okay. Back up. Well then. Let us continue. About, what? 5 hours in? It's a long time. Hey, Asgore. Curious. I've never seen a plant cry before. Huh? You must be the one that flower just warned me about. Howdy. What kind of monster are you? Sorry, I cannot tell. Well, we can always... Oh. Now. There's no need to fight. Why not settle this over a nice cup of tea? Oh. Well, okay then. Why, you... wait a second, that's... flat... okay. Well, he's dead. Oh, okay. See? Whoa, okay, slow down. After all, it's me, your best friend. I'm helpful, I can be... I promise I won't get in your way. I can help. I can... Please don't kill me. Oh. And he's entirely gone. Well. Oh, hey there, Chara, I don't know. Greetings. I am Trevor. No, you're not. I'm Trevor. Spooky music. Thank you. Your power awakened me from my from death. My human soul. My determination. They were not mine, but yours. At first, I was so confused. Our plan had failed, hadn't it? Why was I brought back to life? You, with your guidance, I realized the purpose of my reincarnation. Power. Together, we eradicated the enemy and became strong. HP, attack, defense, gold, experience, love, or level. Every time a number increases, that feeling, that's me, Trevor. Now we have reached the absolute. There is nothing left for us here. Let us erase this pointless world and move on to the next. Huh? Well, erase or do not erase. So yeah, I've never actually gotten to this point before, or never seen anyone get to this point. Let's see, we have one viewer. Oh wait, there's some latency. Once you see it, which should I do? Erase or do not? So I'm trying to think, when she says erase, like, does that mean erase my entire game? Or just clear my save file? Because, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but, like, if I wanted to play Pacifist, I would prefer if she didn't just delete my game. Although, let's be real, I would probably want to reinstall it anyways, because if you do a genocide and then a pacifist, I think you can't get the true good ending. I don't know if there's actually anyone actually viewing right now. Says there is, but they have not said anything. Alright, well, you know what? I'm just gonna look away. I'm just gonna repeatedly tap, and this one. Okay, to be fair though, I couldn't just hit one, I had to alternate, so I knew which one it was gonna be. Dang it! Let me do a random one! Alright, I won't erase it. Let me just check. Yeah, no, they didn't say anything. Okay. No? How curious. You must have misunderstood. Since when were you the one in control? Hi there. Hi. You uh, you kicked my screen out of full screen. And the game just, oh, okay, the game is done. Game be done now. Yeah, so that just happened. Just kicked me out of full screen and then crashed the game. Also, that's a lot of damage. Okay. Well. Can we see about getting the game back up? Maybe something will happen? I do not know. Oh, this is different. This is different indeed. Um, Full screen. It's just a black screen with some noise. It won't let me do anything. Doing all the buttons that normally do things. Well, I guess some little ambiance isn't the worst thing ever. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something that happens if you wait here long enough. So while we're waiting for that, let's discuss possibilities for content following this. So there's a few games that I own that I've been looking at for potential content. One of them, of course, is Minecraft, which I have played a bit. Except I think I would probably start a brand new world because the whole 16 update, 1.16 Nether update. So there's a lot of new content there, and I'm thinking that's something I could start and go through, eventually beat the game, go to the end, and that might be something that I even potentially edit a bit. Only show like the interesting stuff, or maybe it's one where I show everything. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't really worked with editing software much, and I know YouTube does have a built-in one, but I don't know. I haven't really like used it or anything that much. Another one that I could do, of course, is forts. But I was kind of looking into that, and I don't think that's really going to be practical that well, just because of the fact that, how do I say it? It doesn't seem like there's that much for single-player stuff, unless maybe more gets unlocked once I finish the first campaign. And at that point, then I would have to go to online. And I tried doing a test run, a test recording, and it did not work out. It would just lag my computer too much, and I wouldn't be able to effectively play. So for that reason, I don't think Fort's multiplayer could ever work. I could potentially try and finish the single-player campaign, but I don't know. It didn't get that much for views or anything. And it makes sense. It's a fairly small community that watches that. This really is not doing anything. I'm still clicking buttons and nada. Anyways, I'm certain you've probably heard of Among Us. If you haven't, it's a cool game. Not that long ago, I bought it for my computer. And again, that's one that potentially multiplayer and recording might not work that well. But I've looked at it, and it's a far less intensive game, so that's probably more feasible. The only issue then would be commentary, because, it's a multiplayer game, right? But I'm not allowed to talk with anyone. It's part of the rules of the game. You're not allowed to talk with anyone while you're in like 90% of it. It's only during the conversation portions that you're actually, allowed to do anything. So I don't know. I guess I could just have commentary where I talk about like what I'm doing. That's something that I could, go over. Oh, and then of course I have Age of Civilizations 2, which is a cool game, and I do enjoy it. The only issue is that after a bit, it kind of gets repetitive. Especially once you've figured out how to beat the AI. The AI is fairly easy to kind of, I guess, cheese almost in a way. You can manipulate its weaknesses, and it's really not that hard. But I could potentially do a long game where it's like maybe I do a multi-part series where I start off as a one territory nation and go on to take over the entire world. That's something that I could potentially commentate on, could be interesting. And then, I don't know, maybe impose rules on myself, like no using ultimatums or something, so that it's a bit more challenging. So yeah, so that's for games that I do have, like, already. Other things I was looking at, I did used to play Plague Inc. Evolved, which, if you've never heard about it, is a sort of disease simulator almost, um, where you make a disease and then you try and infect the entire world. I have played it before, especially on my phone, but I've been looking into the possibility of getting that for a computer. That's something that's fairly um, it's not very intensive on the CPU, seems like. So that's something I could probably do and record fairly easily. Alternatively, kind of in the theme of Undertale, there would be the potential of doing Deltarune, which is kind of like, I guess it's not really related to Undertale. Like, it has some of the characters, but it's its own game, but also by Toby Fox. But that would be one that I'd have to purchase, and I don't actually know the price of it as of right now. I'd have to look that up. But that is something that I kind of want to play at some point. Just because it does look kind of cool, the little bits and pieces I've seen. And the nice thing with that would also be blind, and I wouldn't have any sort of experience going into that. And then finally, there's also the option of, I guess, doing like a pacifist run of Undertale. Like I'd said before in multiple videos, I have actually personally done one on my own time. I wanted to do that first, and then I took a really big break from Undertale, and then I came back to this, of course. But if I was to do that, the main issue would be, well, one, that would take a while. Pacifist does tend to take a pretty long time, compared to Genocide especially. So that would be one issue, is that it'd be many, many, many episodes long. Or they would just have to be longer episodes. I could have them all be half hour, 45-minute even, potentially. But that is something that is an option, but I don't think I would want to do right now. It would be an option for the future, though. So, that being said, I don't really have a way of doing like a poll or anything. So, in the comments of this video, if you could, of those ones, maybe I'll have a pinned comment with all of them listed in it. If you could go and, comment on the video, say which one you think would be best. And then, I don't know, if no one picks, I'm thinking right now, probably either Minecraft Let's Play or Democracy 3 are my options. The only issue with Democracy 3 being that it has some really long loading times at some points, which aren't a huge deal, but and then there is also technically the early access that just got put out for Democracy 4, which would also be an option. And so potentially I might do that, but so at least looking at this, I'm going to see about potentially restarting Undertale, and maybe it will do something. Maybe. Or maybe it's just... Nope, it's just this again. So, yeah. Well, I think that concludes Undertale Genocide. Um, and then, yeah, if you could leave in the chat, or in the comments, I mean, which you would like to see. And then probably, I'm thinking, I don't know, next week maybe, I'll start recording, depending on how busy I am. I have college stuff to work on, so that is a factor, but, yeah. So, thank you for watching, and as always, well, bam!